We will live for each other. We will fight, survive for each other. God damn.
We're going one street at a time, one block at a time.
My daughter,
We're talking about this block by block down the street, pushing the people. And they actually showed on the news this morning how the people that were there moved here. They laid it out so that there was no question.
Well, Dawn here says she's going to be here on this block, and then tomorrow.
that's right. She sees real life fucking things.
And
That's what's
this conversation was so close to like just making me like cry. Not that the facts were right or wrong, because they weren't always there, but that the dialogue was occurring. That I actually like, I'm like, fuck it. And I left it. I told the commander yesterday very clearly, the process of people helping to move is a way of fixing the gap. The way that this is going well because of this. Right? Or letting us not down here and useless, but have some parts. Trying to bridge a gap, trying to close, right? Those guys who wanted to flash all their knives.
Ah, no, you didn't, yo, no.
We started at this line. Right? There's forced sex work going on down here. There's no bathrooms, there's no water. And us visitors push. There was a call for it, right? That was our one. It all breaks down and hurry up.
He's at the storage too. More of our stuff in storage. Okay. So I'm trying to do it there.
No, I'm just curious. I haven't seen them all.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm kind of confused. Like, Mark was let out and
The city worker and
so it's not, so it's not I'm just trying to understand what the parameters are.
I'm just telling you, they're the ones who are allowing people in and out. They're going on the other side.
Well, all I want to say is that I'm here to help and know that I'm not disrupting anybody. If they need some help, I'm here.
Going in?
Yeah. You can go first though if you want.
No, go ahead.
So folks, if you're here live again, thank you. Good morning. That's where we were last week. Yesterday. Oh, no, that was yesterday. That's right. We were there yesterday. Right? Providing for people moving down 14th on a daily basis one block at a time. And so while we recognize that there are some that we would not like to have a conversation with, and I would use Lombardi as that example over there, he is at least respectful to be using a disposable mask.
She said she wanted us to take the mattress too?
And what we have are people helping each other execute this process. So the point of putting up a fence to keep the protesters who are angry and feel powerless because the tape's just a fuck you and we're just standing there is now that the masters have the ability to control who comes in and out and who does the service work based on their decisions, their governance. So the conversation, and maybe they'll carry it out. But this daily thing here, it's 40 degrees outside. See how she's in uniform? Name and badge number on the front of her jacket. Right? He's not in uniform, name and badge number, not on the front of his jacket. So there's simple things that we've got to demand and ask for and come into compliance with. I don't care if you're a rookie or 20-year veteran. There's basics. Basic understanding is that all we're doing is moving trash, moving ourselves, one block at a time. Moving our property, our humans, and then developing, depending on the preparation, was the grass pre-staked out, right? So that people couldn't move into that space. Or was there land and availability on the side of the road where they could? Oh, that's messed up. You're in court right now.
What?
You're in court right now. Oh, I thought I heard something.
At Denver file.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was a court for a second. Because Denver Dispatch you can't have unless you pay for it and dearly with your life. You have to sell your soul to be able to listen to the Denver Dispatch anymore.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's major bullshit right there.
Well, you know, we can talk about conspiracies to keep the truth from the people and a pattern of complacency that eliminates access to a free press.
Technically, all you have to do is just search up the police scandal.
So, the Denver fire. But police doesn't broadcast on that. Exactly.
Honestly,
They
Brian, you
encrypt
should, you're the lawsuit guy. You should be suing
Look at all the trash
city
at a
for the encryption of their
campground.
police scanners.
Record traffic in South Platte Forest District spurs first ever designated camping plan. It's about flipping time. Yeah, that's a lot of waste.
And that's at a public camping area?
No, it can't be. That can't be at a managed public camping area where services are provided effectively. Where people's campsites are overseen. Bullshit. Was there a board and governance at that campsite, or was it just a random open public space?
I don't know. I guess it was just random open public space. See, the people that actually camp on the weekends don't even take care of. So are these the same people that complain?
Oh, I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Sorry.
No. So let's see. Let's get a link up for that first. Okay, so this is the Colorado Sun.
Yep.
And it's the outdoors, and it's a site called Record Traffic in South Platte Forest District Spur's first ever designated camping plan.
But look at all that trash that campers in public's land have left.
So we're going to get the trash picture. Oh my God. The Pike National Forest South Platte Ranger District has seen record traffic this summer, with many campers trashing dispersed campsites. The district has installed a first ever program that converts those sites into pay campsites that can be reserved. Well, that's usually, like, that's how Colorado, that's how a lot of us in the West do it, right? Even when I grew up in Wisconsin, you would be able to order your campsites in advance, right? You could always go out and find a spot, but you pay for it. You put your name and your plate number on a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You had a sticker for the state park system.
Yep. My point is the amount of trash left over by the people that camp out on public lands.
You missed the last sentence.
Sorry.
And you took the land that you went out to enjoy.
Yes.
That's not taking care of the land.
Exactly. But are they the same people complaining about the trash?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I was just wondering.
No, I think you're right. I absolutely agree with you. I concur.
Yeah.
It's why I'm actually shifting this channel. By the way, folks, soon you're going to have a new channel to come and watch, because this one is converting to discussion only.
Okay.
We're going to be depoliticizing it. We're going to be taking the fuck the police out of this channel, and we're gonna convert it into a discussion on infrastructure, consumption practices, and changing the methodologies. Because when you have a toilet in the street, on the sidewalk, and you have a hand washing station, and you have a recycling bin, and you have garbage cans, right? So there's all four things are there. There's wash water, there's garbage bags, there's recycling system, and there's a toilet. Now, that square footage is what, a 10 by 10 maybe? And if you did it where you built it in to the existing water line underneath, you could probably get 2 toilets in that space.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And now what you have is a managed system where the trash is or the recycling are compacted, and there's a GPS scale option where it comes in, somebody comes and empties it because their app on their phone says this is the next one in order that needs to be serviced.
You can do it with coffee. There's a program out there right now that does that same exact thing.
So the big belly recycling systems are the trash compactors.
Yeah.
They're an actual thing. They're on the Auraria campus.
Nice.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. They said that in Boston, that's like the primary system. So on every block or whatever, like if you're in Old Town Fort Collins, you got a trash can,
Yep.
you got a recycling bin. You take 10 steps and there's another one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, but what they are is they're solar generated. They run off their own batteries. They're GPS, and they got the Bluetooth in them and all that jazz. And there's a scale, so it compacts it as it gets full. When it's too heavy and full, it sends out a signal. But this here could be piped water, right? Because there's a water line right under the sidewalk. And we know that because there's a fire hydrant over there.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't put it on the same intersection as the hydrant because you don't want to intersect that too tough, right? You want the fire, the emergency services to have their access as necessary. And they're already using that corner for the electrical boxes for the signal exchange.
Yep.
Right? So people don't understand what it takes, because under here, where the crosswalk light is on this one way, where the garbage truck is and the cop is standing, there are often weight sensors, or there's cameras that read the flow of traffic.
Yep.
And it's artificial intelligence, right? So if we're relying on the dumb technology to be smarter than ourselves, then we actually have to create an infrastructure that's as smart as the dumbest one of us, right? And so that means that if we have to factor that the stupidest incidents could happen. Somebody could crap themselves in an emergency setting and leave the poop all over the floor of the toilet. Then what we should do is have it so that the whole thing, when it's built, self-sanitizes and drains.
That's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So the only thing left over is a sterilized needle on the floor that it could be sensed and somebody could come and pick it up and put it in a sharps container.
Yep.
Right?
Look at that.
I mean, I just described the worst case scenario there.
Yeah, I know.
So we have the technology.
Have you been in those bathroom trailers?
I have.
Seen a picture.
They're pretty nice. The one that's like by the golf ballpark, I went in and it was like they had an attendant.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
The one on the 21st in California?
it's right. No, it's on.
The one they move
21st
around. Is that what you're talking about?
21st and Blake, I think it is. Right, literally right in front of Coors Field.
That's the portable one that they've been using
Do
the
you
last couple of years.
recognize the guy in
I
the
think
American Patriot shirt that just walked up to cops?
No, I saw you.
Oh, okay.
There's another guy talking. He didn't seem violent. He seemed individualistic, and I didn't see a cause. Right, like he was either having a Starbucks and walking down this, but there's not a Starbucks in the neighborhood. Closest Starbucks is up past Josephine, I think. So yeah, no, I recognize that he was more of a pro clean the streets kind of guy.
Outside agitator.
Yeah, no, and
Outside.
I saw him walk into the crowd intentionally. I just let him be. Sometimes not calling people out and creating a scene is the easiest way.
That's why I just was like
Yeah.
asking people around, like, does anyone
But it's like this.
recognize
It's like this cop. He wants to talk. He wants to be a good guy. He wants to break it down.
Right?
So we're gonna get him into a conversations, and we're gonna have some space and inclusivity. Because here's why: the mayor isn't doing it.
Has he showed up at all?
Well, yeah, Evan Dreyer usually comes and cleans the garbage in the morning and oversees things. And why the chief of staff for the mayor of of a city like Denver is personally cleaning up garbage as part of his job duties is just mind blowing to me. But I guess he gets a salary that allows him to pick up trash at $5 to $10 a piece, and
He's the fucking mayor's lackey. He just goes around and stands in for the mayor, so the mayor doesn't have to show up and actually see the result of all the awful fucking things that he's doing.
okay. So if you were here yesterday,
Yeah.
or you watched, because there's people watching, they'll know that we picked up a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring it with me, but I found in one of the things in that paperwork is a list of the big money fundraisers, the United Ways, the Denver Housing Services, all the entities and agencies that have. I don't want to be misogynistic in that term, so let me find something else to say. They just got the big money. I'm just gonna keep it simple. They got the big money collection plates going on, right? Not the $20,000 to put up toilets and wash basins and recycling bins and trash. And what I just recently described.
Thousands of dollars that go out NOFA funding. That's
Right.
paying.
The wasteful spending. There was a great piece that I have to go back and listen to the whole of it on NPR over the weekend about how the oil and gas and the plastics industries created dead-end plastics recycling programs to make it look good but not do anything, right? And so I'm going after that money. Actually, now my lawyers are setting up a nonprofit for me. My lawsuits from the city of Denver, 50% of every lawsuit is going directly into my nonprofit, so that I will never have that money as my own, right? It'll be overseen with the board and everything. And we're gonna look at this infrastructure, because I think that I can provide a stainless steel self-washing waste human bath waste system that allows for hand washing and recycling systems
Will it be compostable?
that would have a compost for the towels, right? But like 3-stream whatever, and it'd have like Jeep.
Human waste, will that be compostable?
Well, there's a septic line that goes right through here. Just tie straight to it.
Well, I know, but wouldn't it be like a step forward to compost it and return those nutrients to the earth?
Done. That's what the existing infrastructure does. Waste management, the wastewater infrastructure takes the byproducts of the human excrement and what's taken down, and they haul it off for biodegradation. That's what I learned when I was at Metro. There's a reason why water line that's not drinking water, but
is that most places in the nation do not do that. I mean, it's not they're using it, but they're not returning it back. I mean, they might sell it. They're profiting on the markets, but not.
well, I guess we'll have to take some time and do a little bit more research on that. Because I think that for me, the simplest answer and the quickest buy-in is
No, I'm just curious.
it ties into the existing system. The way I sold it over here a couple of minutes ago was that if somebody shat all over the floor and there was a needle on the ground, the system could clean itself, sanitize everything, right? So that goes into the septic line. And then it sets the needle on the ground and it locks the door until somebody comes in and retrieves it off the ground. Like, that's digital scanning of an empty facility, post sanitation. There's all kinds of options, right? And I just described the worst case scenario. I wouldn't want to make the jail style toilets if I was doing that. But there are these beautiful ones in Japan, I think it is. They're translucent glass, and when the door closes for somebody to use the loo, it electrifies the whole thing and the glass becomes opaque. You can't see through it, right? And that's like shareware. It's everybody's. He didn't copyright it. He didn't patent it. He made it public domain. That's the word I'm looking for, right? So we could do that. We could do that. But the other thing is that, like, we have tiny houses already. You were talking about all these things, Anna, and Therese was as well on the live stream.
It's interesting because we had there was some folks camped on like right where 29th and Downing. There's like a little
Triangle piece of 4 people where they put up the chain link fencing.
And the property owner came out. I think his name was Kinner. He and his wife came out, and their suggestion was that you put a tiny house on every corner, and that person be responsible for like maintaining sort of the sidewalk, right? You know, just keeping it clean, picking up debris, that sort of thing. But now that they're looking for property owners for safe outdoor spaces, now they're like, even though I have them on video saying they want to be part of the solution, if the city will get on board, they'll donate their land, you know, all this lip service. And now where are they? Now they don't want to give up land. No, they don't want to do it in support with the city, with the services in place.
Okay, check this out. Cities in France are installing outdoor urinals as the coronavirus lockdowns cause a lack of public toilets. So in other places in the world,
who care about their residents?
Public toilets are a common issue,
providing those services,
right?
Which is their responsibility as government.
Public housing is part of the process. It's part of the infrastructure. That's what our message has been all along. I honestly don't want to think about the fact that that intersection at 14th here in Pennsylvania, I think it is where we're at this morning. Yeah. Is going to have somebody sleeping on it in 20-degree weather while I'm wrapped in 10 blankets in my leaky house.
Right.
Because I'm okay with the leaky house and the extra bill and the blankets. I'm not okay with somebody sleeping on the street and not having access to saving their lives.
The other thing is that they're not just sweeping, they're putting an area restriction here.
The what?
So they've been posting signs that there's an area restriction here now. So you can't come back to this space.
An area restriction?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now wait. Does that mean that each of the people living here are cited in a court of law, criminalized for their living outside, ticketed under the urban camping ban, and then the court has issued an order of law that says that you are not allowed to come back into this space?
No, I think they're bypassing that through some sort of public safety ordinance. And it's a temporary area restriction, so people can't come back here. So they did it on the other block, and they're posted. You can go look.
Okay.
On 14th and Logan, they're posted.
They just need time to put the big boulders in.
Yeah, they need time to make sure that they make it so that you can't come back, right?
You mean like that space right there next to where the rocks are at, and nobody's camped there because nobody wants to lay on an uneven bedrock from a river.
Well, there's a good example over on 22nd and Stout where there were people along that sidewalk where the bus station, where the buses are parked. And now there's these big jagged boulders there so that you can't.
Yes. We use watering troughs. We use watering troughs with rocks in them. Yeah, you get uneven mountain rock, jagged rock, not river rock that's smooth to sit on, but jagged and boulder rocks. You get these. You get.
Wood chips, like all of that is just anti-homeless.
Well, wood chips is more water preservation in the soil than it is anti-homeless because that's not so bad, right? It's the design where they don't put grass out, right? And that's what's going to happen in Denver is that they're going to say that it's water conservation efforts.
I wish dog owners would like complain about this type of fencing. There's so many dog owners in Denver. Right? Because that keeps
Good morning.
you from being able to have your...
on the other side.
I saw that. That's how does it feel?
Oh, I had to like yell at this spot to just let me walk my goddamn dog. Now I want to go get coffee.
Have you ever thought about like calling the city and saying like you put up all this fencing and now I can't walk my dog?
Oh, they knew about that. Yeah, everyone called. I just tear the fence down every morning.
Good for you.
Good
I
job.
step on it
Allegedly.
with my foot and I go. Allegedly.
Yeah,
My dog stepped on it.
Because the sidewalks are so small and he's so big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, he's not going to hurt anybody, but people are like, looks like I can make you pass that other fence. I'm going to be like, yeah, I live here too. Still, let me by.
Yeah, you do that. Do that. Make it work.
Determined yet if they've had permits.
Yeah. I want to go catch some of this conversation over here.
Those make you smile.
Excuse me, pardon me. Happy fucking Conference.
Oh, yeah, right?
I'm telling you what I witnessed.
Did have enough. I mean, I have more than you apparently. You just said it.
Yeah, you're speaking on it like you saw it.
No, I didn't say I saw it. Yeah, exactly. You didn't say you saw it, but you said you had all the information. Apparently, it doesn't matter what information. Sorry, it does matter what information you have. It doesn't matter whether I have all of it because I have more than you. No, you're the one making the claim that you have industry. You didn't have all the information. You didn't have more than me. Okay, maybe I correct myself. Where do you need to get, sir? You live in this building? No. Okay. I correct myself. I think that I didn't have all the information. I don't. Okay. Okay. I know, right? Well, this one, if I had a crib like that, I'd have zero minutes. I have more information about the situation than you. How you doing?
Yeah, guys, I appreciate the respectful dialogue. You know, that's what we got to do.
If I had more information about the situation that happened than you did, what makes you more authorized to claim whether or not that's I'm telling you what he expressed. Okay, and what I expressed by getting yours. Why is it? You don't get it. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't have all the information. I'm just saying, if you came to me and you were in distress, I would do everything that I could to help you. I'm not used to situation, but I've come I can't from other police officers and I'm not disagreeing with you. They probably did. If you came to the station, which I was just there, on the desk between the house, you came to the station and I have see, but you can't generally. I can honestly say the guys that I work with, I've never seen anybody mistreat anybody, and I've been doing it for 14 years. Also, because you're out here doing this, and you think this is not mistreatment, but I'm okay. Well, that's a difference of opinion. I know that the proper way to do it is not here with us. You have to go. You have to talk to the administrators.
I filed complaints.
And that's fine. That's what you need to continue to do. If that's what you want to change.
Yeah, because I've seen it in front houses people countless times.
You are the people that enforce
I enforce
bullshit laws.
No, okay. If you want the laws changed, then we have to.
Yeah, we're hitting them at all. We're hitting all fronts.
Okay, so when you get the laws changed, I'm going to enforce the laws that come out for anyways, okay? But you have to get them changed first. I swore an oath to uphold the
Constitution of the United States, which some of the laws you import from it, and the Constitution of the United States of Colorado.
It's stealing people's property. This right here goes directly against CDC guidelines. All of it.
This goes against the Constitution.
You have a right to your property. Due process. It's not due process, man. No, I work every day. Okay, so your laws could be more strict than the Constitution. It's allowable. So what you have, okay. So this was all challenged in the court of law because at one point in time you couldn't even carry a firearm in Denver at all. Okay, so they deemed that unconstitutional, and what they said was you can legally carry a firearm in Denver, but you have to have a CCW. So that actually fits the Constitution.
The Constitution explicitly says you have the right to carry them as well.
I'm just telling you, that's what.
It's an infringement, though. Would you agree that that's an infringement?
It is, but it's something that was challenged in the courts, and this is what the courts determined. I think it was in the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you feel personally?
I like carrying a firearm. I do. And when I'm not a cop, that's a little concerning. No, it's not concerning at all. Where I live, open carry is perfectly okay.
Yeah, we
Okay? I live downtown. Okay? Open carry, and I'm okay with it. I work down there as a cop. I'm okay. I have no problem with it. I enforce the laws that that's not unconstitutional. I just told you it was challenged in the court of law, and that's what the law came up with. Right. That's what the courts came up with. So it's not unconstitutional if it's challenged in court, and then
it's a class-based infringement because especially right now it's about 151. 152.
It's been that way since they came out with
I paid 151.
Then you got a break.
I got $1.
You saved $1.
I saved $1. It's 150. It's whatever. You got to go take the class. That's like 65. You have $100. You've got to mail it in. You've got all these hurdles that you have to go over that cost what? Almost $300. That's a class. Well, yeah. Well, with the class.
Today's day and age, it's really not. Look at how much everything costs today. No, I'm telling you, the cost of living is so expensive now. Is what I'm saying.
So you're saying you're just thinking about a certain class of people still.
No, because
so do lower middle class and just I would say people flirting with the poverty line.
I have nephews that make $25,000 a year. They actually make up to $60,000.
Okay, how old are they? Do they have families?
Yeah, one of them has 3 kids.
How old?
32.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So we had to.
She doesn't work.
No.
Where do they live?
They live with my sister.
Okay, so he's not paying them.
He's paying a lot of bills, but he lives with my sister. He's very impaired.
Okay.
And so is his wife.
Okay. So, but he's got some support.
Yeah, he also has a safety net.
He's got some
Family
support. So it's not just that $25,000. Right?
He pays for all he gets is a place to live. He pays for all of his own expenses and he has to insurance.
But he's got some support, right? I'm not like trying to trash him up here. He's got some support.
Did you catch it when he said all he has is a place to live?
Exactly. But it's still a class-based infringement. It's almost $300 to go get that.
Okay, but if that's
and you got to get ammo, you got that.
Yeah, I know, but that's just like if you want to drive. That's just like if you want to drive a car, you're supposed to have insurance and buy gas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing.
Right. Which is, this is just me speaking, but I personally think the fact that we have built a society and infrastructure completely 100% reliant on vehicles, and we don't subsidize government vehicles or don't let the government subsidize vehicles is bullshit. Excuse me. The fact that if you want to have a successful living, especially in more rural areas, you will pretty much certainly need a car and yet the government is not willing to assist you in getting that card in any way is ridiculous. The government is the one that decided to put the roads here. The government is the one that decided not to put parking lots anywhere. The government is still the one that's charging us.
But more rural areas don't have the tax base that cities do.
Well, that's not the point.
No, because
the government is mandating roads, but they're not mandating cars to go with them.
The people that live in Denver don't want to pay for things for the people that live
and it shouldn't happen.
Yes, but that's why I'm saying. So each government, like for the city and county of Denver, they provide transportation, like you said. People that live in more rural areas, there's not the tax base, so they can't afford to provide the government subsidized.
So I lived out in Eastern Colorado for a long time, which is a very rural area, right? I'm very familiar with the transportation issues that exist out there. I'm not saying that there should be an RTP in Sterling or anything like that. I don't think that. I think that if Sterling is going to be constructed in such a way that the only viable way to go around is by vehicle, then the state should subsidize and make obtaining a vehicle more easier for its populace. I also think that, again, the only two viable ways to get around are car and bus, and if you choose not to take a bus, because it's actually more like, well, you're forced to pay for parking too because the city decided not to pay for parking lots. That's a bad idea, right? And so similarly,
But you guys get to ride a lot of parking tickets.
I don't rent any parking.
Really? Well,
Your peer. It's done by the majority of the parking tickets is written by right away. They're not law enforcement officers.
Okay.
So it's not us.
well, I mean, but still, even revenue helps your budget.
Same function as the
No, but it's not us.
I mean, yeah, on a technicality, yeah. But I mean, it's still,
You're an agent of the state.
it still is law enforcement. I mean, they are literally, by writing the parking ticket, they are literally enforcing the ordinance. So it is law enforcement.
They're not law enforcement.
No, they're not technically law enforcement, but by definition,
You
the
can't-
two words
you can't
law
say-
and enforcement, they're
You
enforcing
can't
the
say
law.
technically and then state that they are.
Technically, you're wrong. I don't mean to be rude about this, but the words law and
Ma'am, do you need to
enforcement-
get in? You need to get to your car.
The word law enforcement, by definition, constitutes that someone who enforces the law is a law enforcer, and someone who writes a ticket to punish you for breaking the parking law.
We're not unfamiliar with Fox Lane. So what is classified? What is the official classification of this?
Parking enforcement agencies. That's
So
all.
parking laws, so that's just another law.
But that's all they do.
Parking law.
What you're telling me is that DPD and so what I'm saying is that DPD and the parking enforcement agency or whatever it's called, they're two separate entities, but they are both law enforcement. Does that make sense?
No.
Just like the FBI is law enforcement, and the DPD is law enforcement.
It's like set.
They're two different things. One is called the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The other one's called. Yeah, that's the definition.
Maybe not the same laws as y'all,
But they don't have. The reason that I disagree with you is because they don't have to be certified to do what we do. So they're technically enforcing the law. Just like here's another example. Our crash cars. They've been granted the ability to write citations. So they have the ability to write citations for accidents.
So, I mean,
I agree that they're writing tickets, but they're not.
if they're enforcing the law, they're law. That's just by definition. Like,
I disagree with you.
if you're fighting a fire, you're a fire. You're parking.
No, if you're a civilian and you're fighting a fire, are you a firefighter?
Yes.
For that moment,
Volunteer firefighting.
No, because you've had specified training. So you see this building
That's the criteria.
Yeah, it is because
Would you at least agree that this is
I'm not arguing over it. I just said I
Because you said parking.
I just said parking. I just said I disagree with you, and you guys, if you want to move on from it, we can. If you don't, then we'll keep going.
All right.
I want to ask about property actually.
Yeah.
If you're sworn to protect the Constitution, why don't all these people get due process before their private property is taken?
Okay, so they're more than welcome to keep the stuff. It's just that we come in here, we're not illegally seizing their property because we're not even doing it. That's the environmental health.
Right, but the state is still.
It's environmental. Okay, so the government that you guys hate so much gives you the ability to do what you do. Okay, so you gotta look at things.
I don't think the government necessarily gives that to us. We have to use it and fight for it.
No,
Hey man, we were born free.
Yeah.
You were born free, I was born free.
So,
and a lot of people in the world aren't born free. In other countries, they're not born free. So our
No.
government.
So I think you mistake. You're misinterpreting what I was trying to say. We're not free in this country.
Yeah, we are.
We are free to do as we are told.
No, you're free to go where you want.
Oh, really? I can go live in the mountains and do whatever the fuck I want?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where you're
exactly. I can go hunt and fish and have my own plot of little land. I can go do that? Absolutely not.
As long as you conform to the rules.
As long as I can get a hunting license and a fish and all of that stuff, which means also I'm gonna have to get a driver's license. I'm gonna have to have all that other shit, which means I got to be in the system somehow. So I probably got to have a job too to get all that shit.
Yeah, you have to pay.
You're not free in this country.
I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want, but I have to.
What?
But
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
If there was no structure, then I could
do whatever you want.
Okay, so if there was no structure, then somebody could come along and shoot you in the head, and nobody would do anything.
Does
about it.
the structure work though?
It's the best thing that we have.
This is the best we have.
Okay, you're taking one particular thing.
Do you agree with this?
I'm just here, man. Okay. You know what?
You're getting paid right now.
It's not
I
one.
am getting paid.
It's
To
not
be
one
here.
particular
Yes, I am.
thing.
Behind this gate.
It's just that this particular.
Just here.
It's not just one particular thing.
You
It's
can't
just that
say you're
this
just.
No,
particular
okay.
thing
So
is
we were just
currently
talking.
happening.
We were just talking about government as a whole.
I want to talk about ethics.
We were
talking
just
about
talking about freedom.
freedom.
It was something totally different than what you're bringing up.
I want to talk about ethics. I'm next in line.
Well,
Go ahead.
We're just that's we were talking about freedom. There's other countries.
But they want to talk about
You have to pay
ethics.
to live. You have to pay to exist. You're not free.
Okay, so how do you expect everybody to get the things that they need to survive if they pay?
We provide them for each other.
Okay, so how
Yes.
do you say that happens when there's people that don't want to do anything?
Everybody, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, who doesn't want to do anything?
There's a lot of people that they.
You mean like Jeff Bezos, who makes trillions of dollars for no work by getting other people to work for him?
Okay,
Those
but
lazy people?
Listen, so say I know a lot of people that aren't willing to put in. You say we were on a barter system, okay? And I went and I got my crops and I bring them to the market, but then you don't have anything to offer me for it. So why should I give you any of my crops?
I mean, because I need to live, and sometime I might have something for you, and you won't have any crops.
You might, but that's the
No,
whole thing.
not might, will,
If you-
because
but if-
everybody needs someone else in life to help them out.
I totally agree
In a
with you.
community,
But
and this
but-
you
society
have
is
to
built on
foster your
individuals.
but
most vulnerable.
I totally agree with you, but at one point you have to be able to stand up and you have to be able to provide. Okay, you have to. So
Well, I
okay,
disagree.
so
Why?
say
Why should some people?
so say
only
you
have
say
to
you're
provide?
the
You're gonna be
farmer
so disappointed
and
when
you
you're
bring all your
there.
crops, and I have nothing to offer you, right?
Well,
So why should you?
Well, what's
why
your
should I want to do
circumstance?
this?
To be free and it
What is
belongs
your
to everyone.
circumstance?
Y'all teaching
Yeah.
top
You're
slave
talking
theory of
people
value
who
over
think
here?
I don't
we
have a
should be
circumstance. I just don't
Christ.
Well, in this hypothetical scenario that you just set up,
I'd be willing to give
Okay,
you what you
guys,
need.
let's.
guys
Okay.
should read
All right,
Lenin.
You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
have a conversation?
We'll go one
You
at a
should read
time.
Lenin.
You just read Lenin.
We can go one
But
at a
learn
time.
something. Read
Yeah,
Engels.
You
He's
don't
great.
know anything about me, okay? You don't know where I was brought up or how I grew up.
Socialism.
I didn't have
Scientific.
anything
Great
growing
book.
up.
Check it out.
And now you're an armed mercenary of the rich.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You're
end my
serving real
conversation.
estate interests and condos.
It's true though.
Hey, listen, we'll go one at a time. We
No,
don't.
she's not right.
We don't
You
want to
are.
Why are
bombard
you
you
doing
here.
this?
You're
You're doing this so rich people can come down here and live without.
you're
having
doing
to
this because
worry
all
about
these
it.
people in the don't like it.
Yes, that's correct.
Gentrification and homeless sweeps are directly tied. And
Screw yourself talking the media.
Amen.
All right, I'm not because she's not having a good conversation. I enjoyed talking to you, and I enjoyed talking to you, but I'm not gonna.
did you know that Nazis swept homeless people?
Don't say anything about Nazis because I'm
That
Puerto
they
Rican.
did. They put
I'm
homeless
Puerto
people
Rican
in
and
camps.
Jewish. Okay. So I don't want to hear anything about that.
Oh man, you really should quit your job.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah. If you were a good person, you would quit your job because this is what your job is.
Yeah, I'm older than all of you except for probably.
I'm 33.
I'm way older than you. Okay.
So what?
That doesn't make you wiser.
I'm just saying. That right there is what ends dialogue, and that's why nothing can ever get done.
This is what I'm
dialogue with a
dialogue.
gun strapped to your head.
If you didn't have a job, we could have housing.
I've been over here.
All the budget
Yeah,
goes to
People
you.
all day, and I've stayed out of it because I'm just letting it
But this
flow
kind of
and
response is reasonable when there are people being kicked out of their homes.
It's not reasonable.
It is.
for them.
People are
to turn
dying
on their
from
masters,
your comrades.
They
Your
have to.
coworkers
I don't
are
have
killing
to.
them.
We have to be able to talk to them.
It's
Right?
reasonable.
You can't tell his boss
Thank you for your
no.
conversation. It has nothing to do with your age, man.
You just said it does.
It has nothing to do
You just said it did.
You walking away because fascism is in a debate with us.
I just feel like they have been spending all day communicating with people and trying to bring in different tactics. And we have to respect different tactics if we're going to get them to turn and say, nope, we're done doing this and this. We just
Actually, bullying them makes them quit their job, not hating them.
End the dialogue.
APD is quitting because we're bullying them.
Yeah, they weren't being very respectful there at the end. The whole, oh, I'm older than all of you.
Well, I want to see what the camera's going to say eventually, right? That's why I just left it here and then left it, right? Because I just wanted to
And that
see
comment wasn't any worse than
what was going to go
Like
on.
you're free to go anywhere. It's like
Yeah, well,
The black person to look like
I
he's having a
agree.
legitimate life.
I agree. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just saw it was getting escalated, and I was like, no.
Well, the problem
It was good feed.
when they have a dialogue, but they don't want to budge or even look at what they're doing.
Bill Wonder, yeah.
Then people get angry with that.
they should be able to listen to criticism.
I mean, the conversation in the feed looks like it was going great.
Not really.
No, I mean in the feed.
I mean, the conversation wasn't great though, because he wasn't really being receptive. He thought he was. Thought he was having a conversation.
That's how, but. Okay, so where we come into this then is sometimes when people are dead they think they're one-sided, like, man, if you just get up and you go to work every day, you can achieve it. And, we go rabbit trailing down all kinds of arguments from these things. But the people in the chats are growing because they're learning from what he's saying, and then the people in the feed rebutting it.
What they're saying is just defending their actions and how they sleep at night is how they defend their actions,
Yeah.
and like how they get through it. So
Gotcha.
like, I mean, it's sure like is it maybe valuable to people to hear that perspective? Sure, but also like he wasn't really having a conversation. He said he was having a conversation, but he was talking at people.
That's important to know, because if I'm gonna show why that's not
Yeah, well,
valid, we gotta see that too.
and, like can't even open their minds to see the perspectives of other people.
I mean, both these guys are claiming to be immigrants, and
That doesn't mean you're not oppressive.
and no, I'm not saying that doesn't mean you're not oppressive. But if we want to, we don't know what their arguments are.
I got class and meetings to do still.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to
I'm gonna head out.
like money from my clients after I go change shoes. I literally was just trying to do online stuff to get myself set up to do some like on-call work options, delivery or packages or whatever. You can hardly money. And you guys were having a conversation. Like, oh my God! You don't understand. Like I can't wait to go back to the chair. But again, later these people will come back to talk about it. The beautiful thing though is that we as Anna are Anna, I'm sorry, are in this working in a daily mode for years. They can spit back all
Folks who were making wise and smart arguments.
It was a conversation until it was gonna end.
Sometimes that's just what white supremacy has to happen. Is you just got to end the conversation and walk away from it.
Well, I think the other thing too is that I was in there yesterday and working with them, and so like we built a
That's what I told Commander yesterday. He's the responsibility. He's back over there talking to me. They're trying.
Well, yeah, they just don't like getting yelled at. They don't like it when people are mad at them.
They also don't like when you use their words.
No.
And they really don't like it when you bring numbers and statistics.
Well, numbers and statistics are important.
What? I don't think you're gonna hold it. You gotta have it.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick timeout on this. I got to tell you, because you're part of the announcement. You hear people getting area. This thing I got to record it. My area restriction during the election for the mayor and Prop 300, where it's banned from Street Mall, and had not any criminal charges to create such efforts and reason. Ooh, lawyers.
Look, check it out. Did you see I got my bag?
Got it back.
There's one person who was arrested, but like they can't even look at the charges. And like they're just worried about it. And it's like very scary. Like what's the offense? Like why is the guy doing this? Like they got.
Yeah, they might have left.
That's not an arrestable thing. They can impound your car. That's a ticket.
So there's one trying to be set up. They're trying to figure out a location. But I also know that next
But yeah, well, yeah, but like, so this restriction
Denver Homeless Out Loud will do an
like,
action
you know what I mean? Like, there's no actual, like, this is why you're being restricted. Because that's not a reason to restrict someone, is because they were driving without lights.
but
I mean, I'll tell this person, you know this person, I'll tell them that you're fighting it.
Mine's like a year and a half old.
But
trying to figure out
they
some
should fight it.
locations.
It's being utilized
I don't know where
to
those
show the pattern of
I'm not sure where people are I know the like Stout area has a lot of campers usually, or hard in that kind of area. That's how it Yeah, I know that they're working really hard to try to
that's how we
it's called a
gotta
safe
break
outdoor
it in,
space.
right? These people have
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. And that way people can services and resources and
way
but yeah, it's still in the process.
All right, thank you. That's what I was saying.
And if I do find out, I think I still have that contact info.
Yeah, but my email's on there, and I got my phone, so.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You did.
I don't know if you find it.
I know, I've been here for a minute. I've been watching you. Like, he was just like,
I'm talking about you still got a card in here.
I have to go. I have a meter. I have my stuff on a meter.
Yeah, I like the hat, Ryan. It's a new look.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this one sits at home most of the time. I gotta go feed the meter or move it. So,
Yeah, after.
good luck, all. Hello. Anybody wish you a happy fucking Cops Day yet today?
But that's I respected it. He was a good man. So that's why I do what I do, and that's what I strive to be. Okay, if somebody is respectful to me and
What'd you say?
You wouldn't have the problem. Yeah. I used to work at the older kids that I know are selling drugs in that park.
So yeah, a lot of it was bad.
I appreciate
I mean,
that.
what we're looking at, and this is why you say that you can have. Oh, hey, Brian, real quick. You hear about this thing on Saturday?
Soup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll see you then.
Hey folks, thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go around the block. I gotta show you something. In addition to the fact that I gotta take care of my car, I gotta show you rocks. By Don Biden 2020. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Have you seen that? Have you seen that one yet? So this is a private living house. You own your condos in this here. Units available. That's some old ass brick. Adobe. Denver's really beautiful in parts of our city. Hey, there's a salon there. See the dragon in the woodwork? It's gorgeous. They got places for rent right down here. 1476. So, fenced off over there, fenced off here. There's the church fence. We had to scale due to the massive kettling and gassings that happened. Now that we made it around the block, we're going to see if all those construction workers are hanging outside all day today, like they were yesterday. Now we're going to show you what they did in the spaces where people were sleeping yesterday. And then we're going to go home, go back to work, call it a day, do our shit. Sidewalk's closed. So here they put this tent over here. Got some broken tires. So on this corner yesterday is where we stood. Now you can see that it's closed. They just moved the fence around the block. And this is what they did to the places where people were sleeping. Right? Over here, all the grass has been uprooted. Here we've got giant rocks laid out in the gravel so as to divert the access to putting tents up in this space, right? To hanging out in this space. They've re-graveled it and they've added some giant rocks in here to alleviate such capacities. And it says access restricted, cleanup in progress. Executive Director of the Department of Health and Public Environment for the City and County of Denver has found the area defined below presents public environmental health risks due to unsafe conditions associated with pest activity, harborage conditions, human waste, trash accumulation, and hazardous materials. Okay. So they're coming in here and they've gutted the soil level out, and there's no grass here anymore. This was a grassy area, right? Morning. You all right?
Morning.
They're laying down matting. And what I want you to watch is that where there was grass, there's going to be rocks. Saying I didn't get all the way down. Well, then go take some more. Because the roll's not empty yet. So what they're going to do is they're going to stake the matting in. And then where the trees are at, they'll cut a slot line. And they'll wrap the matting around the tree. And then, as you can see with this forklift here, or the bobcat, I should say, not the forklift. As you can see with this bobcat, they'll put gravel down. And so they're just setting it in now. This is the matting, and again, as you can see, what he's going to do is he's going to cut the tree. He's going to cut where the tree goes. Cut in the middle of the tree so the cloth lays on both sides. And cut it down and make room for the tree for it to go around the tree. So then they'll pull this cloth back all the way across, and you'll see that it doesn't quite hit the edge of the barrier line on the other end. It's not quite big enough. The next guy's working on the same thing on the tree down below. So that's the matting going down, and they'll go all the way across, all the way down the line, and then they'll put the rocks on the matting to take away from a grassy surface and soil retention. But the matting is actually going to help keep the soil underneath from washing away. What will happen over time is that you're going to get roots growing up in the rocks. And then the other issue with that then, of course, is the soil, the water retention, right? And I say this because you're going to see this. They're going to lay down another one. So I don't know where this was in the budgeted plan, to take grass and put in rocks for city management purposes. I'd love to know where these expenses are being budgeted from in a crisis, because this is a full landscaping remodel. I mean, it's a quick one. It's sloppy. Don't get me wrong. It's efficient, but it's happening. And that's why we're here, to show you what they're doing to keep the homeless from being allowed to reside in this space again. My name's Brian Loma, and this is just another reality of life in Denver. So, that there can be no doubt just in case you weren't clear about what was going on. There's the pile of rocks dumped for this site, right? And this is the dirt scrapings grass that was here beforehand. There's tree roots. Plastic irrigation systems. Gliders. When I say plastic irrigation systems, there's even a dead bird in there. What the hell? See it? Dead bird. Yeah. Plastic irrigation pieces. Clothing. There's another one. So when I tell you that we're going to be reducing our water consumption, and they're going to use it as a smart water displacement efforts, you know, find out where Ortega Lawn Service is from. OrtegaLawnService.com. 720-273-2361. For those of you who are visually impaired. I don't know what a Kero Queen is. Keroqn. But she seems to be a Democrat. So there's a rototiller that helped to break up the soils for cutting. And that's the tree lawn line, so it's the city's prerogative what they do with it, right? So what it seems to me is they're trying to finish capping the gap, right? The matting didn't go all the way across, so they're gonna fill it in properly. So this once grassy area of Denver, I don't know what they're gonna do here. If they'll scrape all this up, it's pretty rough. Have to replace the sidewalks if you did too much work because they're uneven. But that's the work of what's happening in Denver. Here we have two officers. One's watching his phone. Just hanging out in their car. Right? This is my taxpayer dollars at work right here. And this is what excites me so much. I wonder if he put his phone down because I was watching him. Watch me. Toilets are still here though, so if you need to use the loo. That guy's just ripping signs off. He looks real pleased by it. Putting shit in the back of his private truck. I can't be mad at him. So there's the work. There goes the grass. Sad, sad work. Oh, now he moved on. That's so funny. There's nobody hanging out outside today. Construction working, are they? No, they're not. Some fencing. I couldn't tell if that was lead or copper. Alright, folks. Homeless sweeps suck. Tax dollars are getting wasted. So is my life. So I gotta get back to it. Have a great one. Crime scene cleaners. Homicide, suicided, unattended death, 24-hour service. Holy shit. Kathy, thanks for explaining all of this. It is, isn't it? EJ Nix. All That Shall Rise Again. Bill Wonder. Human Love Solidarity. Hang in there, folks. Have a great day.